All right, this video is on step number 3 of the best choice process, which is believing, making it easy. Today we're going to talk about tips on scheduling it, trusting in your network, and then the final step will be changing or modifying as you go along your plan and your goals. So schedule it. And even better if you schedule it and have accountability buddy. Like the other videos I'm doing in the series, I'm going to share a little personal example. 73,000 push-ups. So that's how many push-ups I've done in the last 5 years. And the only reason I've done those push-ups in the last 5 years is, one, I made a goal and I had an accountability partner that we agreed, hey, every 5th day, let's do 200 push-ups regardless of what the regular workout is. So part of it's like a little bit of a mental challenge. Obviously, push-ups benefit your life, I think. And it's just another little productive struggle that is going to be good for you, that, you know, it's actually been pretty fun. But in order to do that, when we first started doing it, I thought, man, is it the 4th day? Is it the 6th day? I don't want to do it. I'm confused. There wasn't the clarity. So what I did, I set up a reoccurring calendar invite with myself every 5th day to do 200 push-ups. This is on my calendar. I don't even have to think about it now. And so doing the push-ups is actually not that hard, but it was hard to try to remember when my push-up day was. Did I do them yesterday or what? But now it's on my calendar. I'm on my calendar every day. And so it's super easy to do because I've scheduled it. Plus, I have an accountability partner, my buddy Matt. He and I have been doing this, and we don't text all the time now, but we're always checking in with each other. Oh, hey, it's your push-up day. Good job, whatever, right? And so I can do 73,000 push-ups every 5 years if I just schedule it to do 200 every 5 days. So as long as I'm prepared, I always expect to win. I'm prepared and I expect to win in my push-up challenge because it's scheduled. It's on my calendar. I don't have to think about it. What are some other ways that I schedule things right now? You'll see here, and I could, anybody that wants to talk about strategic coach, I'd love to talk about it. These are the tools that I use that I've taken from strategic coach. I have a 90-day planner and then a 1-week planner. The 90-day planner, every quarter I meet with my workshop group at Strategic Coach. When we review, we have a portion of our day where we reflect back on our 90 days and then we reflect forward on what we want to do for the next quarter. That also includes thinking through your lifetime goals, maybe a 3-year goal and then a 1-year goal. And then it breaks down on a 90-day goal. And then of those 90-day goals, I pick out the things that are important to me that I want to put on my weekly planner. And I've been pretty good about doing this. And what's happened, and it's pretty magical, is when I really believe in the goals that I've set and the projects I want to work on, sometimes intentionally, but sometimes unintentionally, my subconscious mind schedules those for me and I get them done. I should have started doing goal setting and planning long time ago, but I've really only been doing it for the last 5 or 6 years in an intentional way like this. And the results have been awesome. So some little tips I've learned is don't schedule distractions. By that, I mean, go back to what is it that you want that we talked about on a prior video. If you want to be the best flipper in the Valley, that means you're going to need to build out a rehab team. You're going to need to get really good at evaluating properties. You're going to need to offer on a lot of properties, to buy properties. You're going to need to raise money. So if on your schedule during your work week, when you're supposed to be in game time mode, you're scheduling, say, golf, or you're not prioritizing your calendar, you're just, instead of scheduling what's important to you, you're scheduling distractions, whether you knew it or not. So you got to plan your week based on what your goals are, those things that you believe in. So set up the game to win. If you're not organized or you want to work out, but you don't plan it in the morning and then you're doing it in the middle of the day, but in the middle of the day, you were supposed to be doing cold calling, you got to plan your week. Set up the game to win, and it's your schedule. It's your game, so set it up to win. Other important thing, there's tons of things you should be doing, but there's also a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing. So sometimes you need to schedule no's, or maybe better yet, don't even schedule them. Think through, like, why am I doing what I'm doing today? What is it that I want? And some of the times you got to really focus and give yourself some discipline so that you can do it, because it's easy to get distracted and squirrel and whatever. But there's this other concept that I learned through Strategic Coach, as 100% is easier than 99%. What I mean by that is if you commit to something 100%, say, let's pick an example. Say you want to eliminate drinking soda, but you're just like, you know what? I'm going to try not to drink soda. I don't think it's good for me. So I'm not going to have, I'm going to try not to have soda. So you're not quite committed 100%. So then when you get into a weak moment and you drive by that 7-Eleven and you want, a soda, it might be easy to say, yo, I'll just have it this once, But if you just say, I 100% am not going to have soda, one, you don't have it in your house. Your brain will tell you and remind you, no, you said no, you don't need it. And I'm sure there's other addictions or whatever that would be really hard to break. So I'm not discounting that. But think about anything you do. When you commit 100%, it makes it a lot easier to do and schedule than if you're just like lukewarm to it. There's another concept, book by Nick Peterson called bumpers. Think of like bowling bumpers, where sometimes you do need to create bumpers so that you can throw that ball down the lane and not have it go into the gutter. So whatever that might look like for you. For me, my bumpers, in a prior video, I showed you my morning routine. My bumper to make sure I get up and go in the morning is I lay out my clothes. I have my banana and my supplements ready to go. I got the cold plunge ready to go. I've got a plan for what I'm doing every morning. So that's my way of a bumper. You could have other bumpers. You could have an assistant. You could put a block on your phone so you're not tempted to scroll social media. You could be very disciplined about your time. Whatever it might be, there's plenty of ways to set up bumpers. And then along with that goes the concept of willpower doesn't work. Ben Hardy wrote a great book called Willpower Doesn't Work. That doesn't mean we're weak or we can't do hard things, but I think as humans, our natural tendency is to maybe take the easier road or to be a little comfortable. So it's just like bumpers. You got to create things where you can make your willpower easier. So what's one thing you can now schedule and be intentional about? Or maybe what are things you shouldn't be scheduling? Think about what we talked about and how you can apply it in your life. So this is the third step in the best choice process, with the first one being believe, making it easy, scheduling it, trusting in your network, which we're going to talk about on this next video, and then changing and adapting as you need to.